Welcome to the lounge of one of my favorite places for mountain biking. You may be asking yourself, wait a second, mountain biking? But you're inside. That's right, this is Ray's Indoor Mountain Bike Park, and it's perfect for when the winter months start getting to you and you have to just get out and ride. So, first up is this cross-country loop. This loop travels almost around the entire complex, and on several occasions brings you up into the ceiling rafters. Today, I won't be riding my usual Trek Roscoe 8. Ray's offers a fleet of rental bikes from BMX, dirt jumpers, 26-inch mountain bikes, and new for this year, Trek Stash 7s.
Rolling in.
The Stash 7 is the bike I'm riding today. A single-speed 29-inch hardtail with plus-size tires. It really feels like I'm riding a monster truck. These first set of jumps really require you go deep to make them. Obviously, I could use some work. There are tons of line options here, but as long as you follow the green line, you won't be getting lost. One loop will really get your blood flowing. Multiple loops could make you pretty fatigued. At least, that's how I felt. Here we're going through the bike storage area. It was really sweet to see a lot of those nice bikes out there. Here's a few different line choices. Depending how you choose your line, you can make this loop that much more interesting or challenging. At one point, the cross-country loop takes you around some of the novice areas, until eventually you'll come to the Pumptrack. Now, the Pumptrack is actually part of the XC loop. You don't necessarily have to continue on the cross-country loop. You can spend as much time as you like just on the Pumptrack alone. The Pumptrack can be a terrific place both for novice and more advanced riders to progress their pumping and cornering skills. It's great for advanced riders trying to set their own hot laps. There are two novice rooms neighboring the Pumptrack. The first one being a mini Pumptrack, which was just great for my wife to learn how to start pumping her bike and pumping into the corners a bit. She had a real blast learning how to get around the track without pedaling. I was really surprised how quickly I could actually pump around this little track. In the second novice room, there's an open floor plan with some trails painted on the floor so novice riders can learn how to corner. The area outside of these rooms is the beginner room.
Man, have you tried these guys on the right?
Yeah. I tried to get my wife to try out the low consequence skinnies, but she still doesn't feel ready for them. This beginner room has some larger features, but most of the features are still very low consequence. It's got some progression drops and even a seesaw. It even has a janky rock garden. The beginner room has this sweet little jump line that is perfect for learning how to clear jumps. When I came here a year ago, this helped me progress a lot. Well, maybe I need more practice. If you went around the cross-country loop again, there's an optional line after you go down the ramp. There's a decent-sized drop and then some berms. This wall ride's pretty tight for this big of a bike. Last year I rented a dirt jumper and it was the perfect size to get around it. Next up is the micro rhythm jump line. It's a small jump line that really helped me progress on my jumps. I could spend hours just going around this loop over and over again. Next up, we have the big jump line. These large jumps have some really steep lips that are more like a BMX jump. It also has a huge wall ride. I gave it a go even though I'm not going to clear any of these. Still worth a try. Well, better luck next time. If you really want to get good at your pumping and jumping, you should definitely give the large rhythm room a visit. This room has several different lines, from smaller to very large jumps. I gave it my best on the smallest line. I wasn't even going to dare the larger. If you find yourself back near the micro rhythm jump line, you'll find the entrance to the skinnies close by. Race has really blown me away this year with all the different skinnies they've added. I was here about a year ago and it seems that they've about doubled the amount of skinnies they have available. Another addition to this trail is a step up and drop, which I rode over and over again. It was that much fun. Rays has really outdone themselves this year for the skinnies, and I'm really glad I rented a mountain bike this time. It makes the skinnies all that much more enjoyable. Last year I rented a dirt jumper and it made the skinnies a real challenge. Don't think I can do this. Ray's is very famous for this elevator line. It's super difficult to even not fall over, and then you have a pretty difficult skinny ahead of you.
Jeez, it's tough.
I could never get it. I wonder sometimes if the elevator gets gunked up, because I've seen some smaller kids having the same problem. Really amazed me all the different skinnies Ray's had to offer. There's so many lines to pick from. At some points it felt a little confusing which way to go, but it was great to have all the different options. And much of the lines could cross over at different points, so you could almost have an unlimited amount of options depending on your combinations.
Dang.
Ray's also has a grind room and a foam pit. I didn't visit those rooms this trip because I was renting a bike, and Ray's doesn't allow rental bikes in those locations. So if you're planning a trip out to Ray's and you want to experience all that Ray's has to offer, you might consider bringing your own bike.
You're right.
I also wanted to mention this one drop after the first jump line on the cross-country loop. It was a pretty intimidating looking drop, but you could actually roll it in. A few guys ahead of me were a bit nervous about hitting it. It's not that bad, you just roll it.
It's not that bad, Ryan. This guy said it's not that bad.
Can I roll it or do I have to jump?
You can roll it. I rolled it. Well, I have a bigger bike, but you can roll it.
Roll it. If I use my face, I'm good.
Lean back.
Lean back.
Don't go lean too far back.
Can I roll?
Do stuff, but don't do too much of the stuff.
Just enough of this. You got this, Jazz.
Jump. You got it. You got it. You got it. You take it.
Roll it.
Yeah, you take it. I got keys.